for us all to do more. From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home. Because the critical thing we must do to stop the disease spreading between households. That is why people will only be allowed to leave their home for the following very limited purposes. Shopping for basic necessities as infrequently as possible. One form of exercise a day, for example, a run, walk or cycle, alone or with members of your household. Any medical need to provide care or to help a vulnerable person, and travelling to and from work, but only where this is absolutely necessary and cannot be done from home.
So too can workplaces in the manufacturing sector that have been closed until now. Outdoor playgrounds and outdoor sports courts can also open from Monday. However, I can confirm indicative dates now for the rest of Phase 2 and for the early part of Phase 3. Let me repeat though that all of these depend on continued suppression of the virus. I can confirm that on the 3rd of July, it is our intention to lift the guidance advising people in Scotland to travel no more than 5 miles for leisure and recreation purposes. And although the tourism sector will not open fully until the 15th of July, we intend that self-contained holiday accommodation, for example, holiday cottages and lodges or caravans where there are no shared services, can open from the 3rd of July. However, we would ask people to use good judgment.
Well, it's been a long time since I've been packing my bag for an outing to the hills. Over 100 days, in fact. Can't remember the exact amount, but as you've probably just seen from the intro, we're just, we're finally being allowed to travel more than 5 miles, which is fantastic to do some, well, leisure activities. So this is going to be my first trip to the hills since March, and yeah, it's been a long time since I've packed my bag. I'm almost forgetting what I need to take and making sure I've got all the essentials that I need for my trip tomorrow. Anyway, I'm super excited. This is Saturday, so in a second you're going to see me tomorrow out on my way to the hills. So yeah, let's get this bag packed and cut to me in the future. Well, here we are. I've jumped forward 24 hours and you can see I've got company.
Yep, back.
Yeah, I'm back. And well, I can swing around just over here. It's a lovely, well, it's quite nice, isn't it? Nice castle. And it's they've put in an offer. Yeah, it's needing a bit of work. Could do with some TLC.
IKEA.
But lovely big castle. I think it was 16th century from what I read. 16th century castle. Don't know what it was there for. Keep out with walkers, going for a hike on a Sunday possibly, something like that. But anyway, this is the first, as I said yesterday, the first walk since lockdown for me. So we've not seen each other for about 112 days.
Yeah.
So it's been quite good then, isn't it? You might have to put up with me for about...
Not any less ugly.
No, let's kept that. Oh, there's a big heron over there. Let's see it. Wow.
Pterodactyl.
Might not be able to pick that up in the camera. So yeah, so the weather so far, better not say anything, but
no,
it's a nice start to the day, shall we say.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to this first hike and seeing how my non-hill walking legs will do. So we'll report back later on once we're a wee bit further on. Lovely at the moment. There were some lovely old buildings. There was an old church we passed on the walk in. It was a fairly good Land Rover track, and as you can probably hear, it was guy windy. And that was a bit of a walk in to get to the hills. It was about a 4 or 5 kilometre trek along the side of the loch, and then over the inflow across bridges to get to the start of the ascent, which we reached at a small farmhouse which had a lovely alpine feeling burn and woods beside it. how lovely is this? So we've come to the end of the loch. Jerry's just there behind me. And there's a lovely wee, I don't know, I'll spin round so you can see it, a lovely wee babbling brook coming down the hillside. And this is really the start of the uphill. We've maybe walked for about, I don't know, an hour, 45 minutes to get here. And it's just delightful. It's so nice to be back out. I think the last time the bags were a bit heavier. We had ice axes, crampons. It was proper.
You hadn't forgotten your sandwiches.
And I had forgotten my sandwiches this morning. Yes, I had to go a wee trip to Tesco's. So yeah, it's a lovely, lovely walk. So we're about to find out how my legs are doing. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. Right, shall we crack on? Let's go. So we went through this lovely forest, and you had to sort of ascend through the forest to reach the shoulder which was taking us up onto the hill. And in this part of the country, the names of the hills and the nomenclature around them is a bit different. There's lots of shanks, and this is me on the shank of Inchgrundle. I think shank means leg or shoulder of a hill. I might be wrong though. Anyway, as we gain height, you can see here there's a bit of blue sky in the left, but that was being taken over by big black clouds which were coming in from the northwest, and we stopped here to get our waterproofs on because before long those clouds enveloped us, and yeah, the rain started just in time for our walk across the top of the hill towards the summit. After a bit of heather bashing, the summit was reached, and the good news was that the rain cloud moved on and the blue skies returned as we reached the summit of this hill. Yeah, we usually shake hands, but due to the current situations we decided to cross poles. Not quite sure what we were doing there, but yeah, the views from this peak were lovely, absolutely fine, and we took a wee donder over towards the edge of the cliffs where, yeah, the views were just spectacular, and we could see, yeah, 360 views down past the loch where we'd come up from, and over to the possible route for later on in the day. But it's certainly turning into a fine day, and what a great viewpoint this is. And we'll come on to where we were in just a minute when I get back and do a piece to camera for you in front of the cairn. So that's us at the summit, and you'll be wondering where we are because I don't think we've mentioned where we are. Some of you may have guessed already, but if you remember, way back at the start of the year, I think the last time it was really windy, we also decided to come out onto a flat-topped plateau where it was no shelter. But yeah, we went up to Loch Brandy, and that's just probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 miles over to the west. We're at the summit of a hill called Craig Maskeldy, which is about, I don't know, 680, you thought about 687?
Exactly 683 according to the satellites.
683 according to the satellites. And you may never have heard of it because it's not on any of the lists. It's not a Corbett, it's not a Graham, it's not a Monroe. I'll tell you what, it's a bloody nice hill, isn't it?
Lovely, and because it's none of those things, we've got it to ourselves.
No, but yeah, well that was another reason, because it's the first day, or the first weekend, as lockdown eases, I think a lot of the more popular spots will be heaving, so we scoped this one out and we thought we'll give it a go, and there's not another shoal, isn't it? It's nice. So anyway, yeah, we get a lovely view actually from here. We can see down Loch Lee, and over here is the most easterly Monroe, which is Mount Keen. It's actually quite prominent. It looks quite close, doesn't it? You can see the scar of the path going up it. But we're not sure what we're going to do yet. There's 2 ways we can go round. We can head up another hill, which is indeed a Graham. I think it's called Hunt Hill. Or we can head down, there's another path between this hill and Hunt Hill, which goes down past a series of lovely waterfalls. So we've not really decided what we're going to do, but we're going to sit here for a bit longer, enjoy the views, and hope that rain doesn't come back on, because we've been quite lucky so far. So we shall enjoy the views and then decide what we're going to do.
I like the wee bald head on it though. Photo Pro.
Photo Pro, yeah, I'll send you the...
I have to get my anorak out just to see
I'll put mine on. After eating our sandwiches on the top of Craig Maskeldy, it was time to yeah, get the packs on and head on and make a decision on whether we were going to head down the path with the waterfalls or up to the Graham Hunt Hill. Look at that, it's absolutely magnificent. Don't know if you'll hear much of this, but you can probably make out this fantastic waterfall which we've just come across on the way down. So we're not going to go up Hunt Hill, and there's a number of reasons. As you can see, there's quite a lot of water in the river today, and if we go up Hunt Hill, on the other side there's a burn without a bridge that we would have to cross, and with the water in spate, or the river's in spate, we're going to cross just above the waterfall here. There's a nice bridge which you'll see in a minute. And also going down the glen here, there's a number of other waterfalls, so it'll be a nice place to stop and take some pictures. But this is just absolutely beautiful, a lot of water. So I'm going to stop here and take some photographs, which I'll put up now, and then we'll head up to the bridge and head down that way. Wow, right, let's get stuff sorted. Oh, this is just fantastic. Oh, I don't know if you can make out just up to our left up here, another waterfall. So that's one of the reasons we came down. There was quite a bit of rain last night, wasn't there?
And the burns are all in spate, it's quite spectacular.
Yeah, so I think there's a few more waterfalls now, but had we gone the other way, Hunt Hill's over to our left hand side here, it goes up and over. And as I said before, we're not sure if there's a bridge across the river on the other side, so we've made the safe decision, and hopefully we'll get some nice pictures down here of the waterfalls. If they're anything like that, I'll be fine.
Spectacular.
I think we'll just be silhouettes at the moment though. However, shall we get cracked on then? We'll get down. Fantastic. So see if we can find more waterfalls. Well, okay, that's it. That's very impressive. So another waterfall. We've seen quite a few coming down, haven't we?
One or two.
Yeah, this is the one that most people will know from this area, I think. It's this is a good time to catch it as well after all this rain. So I think it's a good point to stop the video, end the video here. All we've got now is about another 6 or 7 kilometre walk back to the car along the flat.
Back to that.
It's been fantastic. So yeah, thanks for watching. Stay safe. I'll see you in the next one.
Stay classy, San Diego.
Stay classy.